this tutorial, we'll be going through the features, setup, and usage of myPortal for Desktop. Start by running myPortal for Desktop by double-clicking the icon, enter your username and password, save the password, and then log on. You won't have to enter your password again. When you first log in, you'll have an overview in the bottom right-hand corner. This can be disabled. The main interface will show directories, journal, voice messages, and fax messages. These can be hidden or shown as required. Note that features such as voicemail and faxing require additional licensing. You can leave the tabs as a single view, or you can add them to a multi-view in either top or bottom, side by side, or a grid format, depending on how many of the tabs you have enabled. The data shown in each tab can be filtered by hitting the filter button and selecting what fields you wish to view. Users can configure their own favorites. First, you need to configure a group. You can create multiple groups and then assign users to those groups. Click the plus icon up next to favorites, add your groups, and then simply drag the users to the group you wish to add them to. You can configure preferences by clicking the three dots to the right of the plus key, including favorites location and your sorting criteria. Groups can be deleted by right-clicking and selecting Remove Group. Built into myPortal for Desktop is an instant messaging feature. You can either click into the search box and search for the person you wish to send a message to, or you can right-click in the favorites and select to send an instant message. Instant messages can be deleted, or you can remove yourself from a group conversation. The myMeetings feature allows you to control and organize conferences. Select the type of conference you wish to have. There are multiple options. You can choose to have an ad hoc conference, or you can have a saved conference if you talk to the same people on a regular basis. Simply search for the people you wish to add to the conference, or you can also add external calls as well. Once you've added everybody you wish to the conference, click Start. The phone system will then call all the parties involved until all members have been joined into the conference. Users that are still ringing are shown with a bell icon. Answered users will display the telephone handset.
John Smith.
Thanks for calling Comtel.
Has invited you to join a conference.
Specialist communication company looking.
The pop-up in the bottom right-hand corner allows you to control aspects of the conference. You can transfer, hold, record, plus other options. You can also control if you want to drop somebody out of the conference or end the conference altogether. You can end the conference by clicking the stop button in the top right hand corner. Your ad hoc conference is then saved for future use if you wish. If not, simply delete it. Within myPortal for Desktop, you have access to several directories. You have the internal directory, the personal directory, an external directory, and also the speed dials of the phone system. Within the directory, you can right-click Users, and this will show you the different ways that you can contact. The personal directory contains contacts that you have entered yourself or are imported from your Outlook. The external directory is set up by your telephone service provider within the system. These are available company-wide. The journal keeps a record of all calls in and out of your extension. These calls can be filtered by call type. An open call is shown when two parties have not spoken to each other. This will clear once a call has been established between the two parties. You can change your present status by clicking the drop-down with your name at the top right corner. Changing these present statuses will let other users know your availability. Each present status can be programmed to send your calls to different destinations. This will be explained later in the settings. Users' present statuses are shown in the favorites or in the internal directory. When you set your present status to in the office, you can select the Call Me function. This is useful when you are working away from your desk. You can input an internal extension number or an external number, which allows you to operate from anywhere, as the phone system will transfer all your calls to this destination. This can be an external number, a mobile number, or another extension on the system. To disable the Call Me function, select Office as your present status and select Return to the Office. This will cancel the Call Me feature. The Setup cog in the bottom left-hand corner is where you configure all your preferences for your client. Here you set up your personal information. Your telephone number cannot be changed. This is fixed to your extension number. You can enter your email address, your external contact numbers, your mobile numbers, and an assistant number. The assistant number is another user on the phone system that you may wish to divert your calls to. In My Picture, you can set a photo if you wish. In the Appearance menu, you can set your user language. You can also select whether you want to use the dark or light skin. Changing this option requires a restart of the application. Under Presence, you configure your away from keyboard options. Under Notifications, you can select the events of which you wish to be notified. The ones I recommend you disable: to turn off the overview when you first load the app, untick Display the overview when the application starts up. If you don't want the app to pop to the front when you receive a call, untick Pop-up Application on inbound calls. Outlook connectivity determines whether your Outlook contacts are imported on startup or change your present status based on calendar appointments. Under Hotkeys, you can define hotkeys for common call handling functions. You can also set a shortcut for clipboard dialing. This means any number that you have copied into your clipboard can be dialed with this hotkey combination. Under Miscellaneous, you can set whether your presence is changed automatically back to Office. You can export your journal into an Excel spreadsheet. Under Forwarding Destinations is where you set your calls to go based on your present status. These destinations relate to what you configure in your personal settings. The Rules engine allows you to configure certain calls to go to certain destinations based on criteria. This works in the same way as Outlook email rules. To delete a rule, select the rule and click Remove. Under voicemail settings, you can choose whether your present status will allow callers to leave a message. Under VM notification, you can set different notification options based on present statuses. You can set an outbound number to be alerted of voicemails to a mobile or a landline. Fax notification will show notification via email depending on the status. This is only relevant if you have the fax license. You can also be notified via email of missed calls for each present status. Voicemail profiles allow you to set up an auto attendant based on each present status. Under Security and Access, you can set your privacy settings, such as if receptionists are allowed to listen to your voicemails. Under Presence Visibility, you can select who has access to view your present status. Voicemail Presence will allow you to block external callers from hearing your status when they reach your voicemail. Now we'll go through some examples of call control. Once you're on a call, you can hit the pause button and that will place the call on hold. To retrieve the call from hold, simply press the play button. If you have a voicemail license, you can record calls to your mailbox by hitting the red record button. Press the red stop button to stop recording. Voicemails and recorded calls will appear in the voicemail tab. You can differentiate between voicemails and recorded calls. Recorded calls will have the red record icon. You can transfer and hold calls using the pop-up in the bottom right-hand corner with the call control icons. Listening to recorded conversations and emails can be done in the voicemail tab. You can listen through the phone or through the PC. You can forward messages to other staff in the right-click menu. Once messages have been moved to the Played tab, they will stay there for the preset period of time. Then they will be purged from the system. Messages in the Saved tab will stay there until you delete them. Messages in the Deleted tab will stay there for a predetermined period of time when they will be permanently deleted. If you have any questions about the use of this product, please feel free to contact the service team at Comtel. Thank you for watching.